Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the monthly assessment October 2023. So first question, uh, so here we have point 4. I assume this question mark has the recurring symbol, this dot. I think it's the dot. So if we have only one recurring number, this means 0.444444 and repeating till infinity. So when we have only one recurring number, we take sum of the numbers. Let's take 5. We take this as x. Now we have only one dotted number, so only one recurring number. So then we multiply it by 10. So now we have 4.44444. We always take 5 here because we can take any number we want because it continues till infinity. So for our convenience we take only 5. So then I take this as 1 and 2. I subtract 2 from 1. Then I have 4.44444 minus 0.4444 and 10x minus x. Then this becomes 4 and 9x. Now I can find x as 4 over 9. Okay. Now we have 0.235. I think this is 235. These two are dotted. That means this number is repeating like this. The pair of 3 and 5 is repeating till infinity. Okay. So first I take this as x. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. Then we have two repeating numbers. Therefore we multiply this by 100. Then this becomes 100x and this one becomes 23.53535353535. I took before 5 pairs. Now also I take 5 pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I take this as 1. This as 2. Now I take 2 minus 1. It gives me 99x equals these two I have to subtract and I get 23.3 because all these are cancelling out because I took exactly same number of pairs. Now when these two cancels out, I get this x equals 23.309. There's a mistake in here. It should be 99, not 9. And then the second question, they say write 2.995 correct to 2 decimal place. So correct to 2 decimal places means this is our first decimal place. This is the second decimal place. So we only need 2 decimal places, so we have to omit the numbers that are from here onwards. So let's, to do that, we have to check the third decimal place also. If that's in between 5 to 9, we add 1 to the second decimal place. If that's between 0 to 4, we don't do anything to the second decimal place. So it's between 5 to 9. So we add 1 to the second decimal place, then it becomes 10. And now if we add 1 to this, it becomes 10, and these two becomes 10, then this becomes 3. So our answer is 3. And in the B part, write each number in the following calculation correct to one significant figure and find an estimated value of the answer. Write each number. So we have to write each number in the following calculation correct to one significant figure. One significant figure means start when we start counting from the left hand side, there should be only one non-negative, non-zero number. So if we have 0.9, this should be the first significant point, because 0 we can't get as a significant figure. First non-zero digit that is available when we are starting from left side is the first significant figure. This is the first significant figure. In here 2 is the first significant figure. So if we get the first significant figure value to 2.89, it should be 3, because the same thing as before, similar to decimal points, we have to check the second significant figure also. If it is between 5 to 9, we have to add 1 to the previous significant figure or decimal part. So it's 3. So 3 times. Now when we come to this 15.5, we can get it as the first significant figure in 15.5 is 1. So the second this significant figure is 5. So we have to add 1. Now we can write it as 20. And when we look at 0.9, first significant figure is 9. And it is already correct to one significant figure. So we write that without any change. Now it's like this. Then we can get the answer using calculator. If I get the answer using the calculator, I will get 3 times 20 over 0.9 squared. So that's 16.56. They are saying write each number in the following calculation correct to one significant figure and find an estimated value of the answer. 16.5634 is the answer. If I write this into first significant figure, they haven't told us anything about the final answer. Therefore, this is also correct. If I write it in using one significant figure, it should be 20. Okay, so in the C part, write the next two prime numbers after 83. Let's take after 83, no? Let's check 84. This has 1, 2 is a factor also. This is not a prime number. 85, 5 is a factor. 86, 2 is a factor. 87. We can't divide it by 2. We can't divide by 3. Yeah, we can divide by 3. Divide by 3. 9. So this has 3. 88 also has 2. 89. Let's check 89. Can't divide by 2. Can't divide by 3. Can't divide by 4. 5 also can't. 6. If we check with the prime factors, 89 divided by 6. We have to only check with the prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7. Let's check with 7. We check with 7. So we have to only check with prime factors. Let's check 89 for prime factors. 89 is not divided by 2. 3 also we can check. 29 is not divided by 3, therefore no. 5 also not a factor. 7, we check 7. It's not a factor, 7 is not a factor, and then we can check 11, also not a factor. 30. 13 times 5 is 69. 65. 13 times, let's check 7. It's 91, so it's not a factor. 15, 16, not 17. 17 times 5 is 85, therefore that's not, also not a factor. 18, also not a prime factor. Then 19. 19 times 5 is 95. 19 times 4 is 76. That's not the factor. 20 is not. 21 is not. 22 is not. 23. 23 times 4 is 92. That's not. 24, 25 is not. 25 26 is not 27, 28, 29. 29, 3 times 29 is 87. That's not. That is not. 31 is also not. We only have to check till 44 because the half of this number is 44. If we check with until 44, that we can definitely say this is not a this is a prime number. So 30 is not a factor. 31. If we check 31, 31 times 3 is 93 is not. 32 is not. 33 is not. 34 is also not. 35 is also not. 36 does not a factor. 37 is also not a factor. 38 is also not. 39 is also not. So then, yeah, till 44, this is not. This haven't got any factor, so this is a prime number after 83. So we have to find one after that also. So 90 is not because it got 9, 10, 91. Let's check 91. We have to check till 45. One is not one is a factor, and 2 is not, 3 is not, 4 is not. You can easily divide by the number and see. If you get a whole number, then it's a factor. 5 is not, 6 is not, 7 is not. 7 is a factor. So this is not a prime number. 92, not a factor because it's ending with 2. 93 is also not because 3 is a factor. 94 is also not. 95 is also not. 96 is also not. 97. Then let's check 97. We have to check till 40. 47. If we take 47, 92, 94, 45 is 9, 48. If we take check till 48, it will be okay. 2 is not a factor. 3 is not a factor. 4 is not a factor. 5 is not a factor. 6. What I'm doing is I divide by the number I'm checking and look whether I get a whole number as the answer. 6 is not. 7 is not. 8 is not. 9 is not. 10 is not. 11 is not. 12 is not. 13 is not. 14 is not. Uh, 15 is not, 16 is not, 17 is not, 18 is not, 19 is not. So if I check all these things, I checked till 48, so I didn't get any factor other than 1 and 97. So this is the other prime factor, other prime number after 80. This should be 89. 89, then 97. What I did was I checked all the numbers. If I get a whole number, this is a factor. If I get a decimal number with decimal points, this is not a factor. Like that, I checked all the numbers till half of this number. Half of this number is 40. 48, no? 45, no? Then if we check till half of this value, then it should be okay. Okay, then write down 72 as the product of the powers of prime factors. Write down 72 as the product of the powers of prime factors. So what we have to do is divide by prime numbers. 36, 18, 9, 3. So 72 is equal to 2 to the power 3 times 3 to the power 2. Find the LCM. Again we start by the lowest prime number, 6, 10, 7, 3, 5, 7. Divided by 3. Then next prime number is 5. Next is 7. So LCM is 2 to the power 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. So that's 4 times 3 times 5 times 7. That's 420. Let's see if it is better if we can write this expand. This one also 2. 5 times 5 times 5 times 3 times 3 times 11. So then we can identify factors that are common in both. Only these. So our answer should be 2 squared times 5 squared. 4 times 25, that's 100. In the fourth question, simplify and give your answer as a served in the simplest form. So you can see, you can think of this the same number as x. So we now have 7x minus 2x. These two are similar because root 5. So now these two, the result should be 5x. Okay, similar to that, we will have 5 times root 5 plus 3 plus root 2. So this is the simplest form. And this one, you know that we can get 2 times root 2, we can't do anything, but this one we can rationalize. To rationalize, we multiply by root 2 both top and bottom. This one we can get some perfect squares out of the root side. So this is 2 times root 2 plus 2 root 2 over 2 minus, after 4 is coming out, it becomes 2, 6 root 2. These two cancels out. So now we have 3 root 2 minus 6 root 2. So the result should be minus 3 root 2. Okay, now we have to rationalize the denominator. So to do that, we multiply both by root 3. So we get 6 root 15 over 3 times 3. One can be simplified like this. Now this is the final answer. This one, when we have two terms subtracted or added together in the denominator, what we do is we multiply with the same thing but change sign in the middle. If there is minus, we multiply by plus. Both top and bottom with the same thing. Now this happens like a minus b, a plus b. We know that if we get something like this, the result should be a squared minus b squared. Similar to that, in the bottom we get root 3 squared minus 1 squared. And in the top part we get 6 root 3 plus 6. So now we get, if we can get 6 out, it will be cleaner. 3 minus 1. 6 root 3 plus 1 over 2. So final answer is 3 root 3 plus 1. So in the C part, we have to simplify. So these two, we get 3. These two, we get 2 root 3. These two, we get minus root 3. These two, we get minus 2. So now 1 plus root 3 is the answer. And if I take this as A and this as B, I get the answer as, this is power of a power, so these two multiply, A8, B5. This one is not visible. I'll think of this as B and get the answer. So 27 B to the power minus 6 over to the power 2 over 3. Okay, so this power is coming to both of these individually. So then we get 27 2 over 3 times B minus 6 2 over 3. So we know that in the bottom part of the power we have to get the root. So 3 times 3 is 27. So root of cubic root of 27 is 3. So this part goes, when it becomes 3, the top part remains. So 3 squared times, and these two are power for power, so this happens like multiplication. So now the answer is 3 squared times b minus 4. So minus powers means we can write it in the bottom like this. And if we find the value of this one, we know that any number 0th power is 1. And for this one, I will take this as a, this is cubic root. So I can write it as this. And these are power for power. It becomes 812 times 1 over 3. Now these two simplify. Answer is a to the power of 4. Okay. And in the 6th question A part, Kamal bought 50 mangoes for 600. He sells each mango for 50. Calculate Kamal's percentage profit. So what is the profit? Profit is 15 times 50. 15 is the price of one mango. 50 mangoes are there. And he bought it for 600. So the answer should be 150. This profit is 150. They are asking percentage profit. So 150 over, we spent initially 600. For 600 rupees, we got 150 profit. This now 100 we will get the answer. So that's 55%. In B part, a company buys a car for 850,000. The value of the car is decreased by 5% each year. Calculate the value of the car after 3 years. In first year, the remaining value would be 95, because 5 from 100, 5 is deducted for the first year. For the second year, from this value, again 5% would be deducted. This is for the second year. For the third year also, 5% will be deducted. This is for the third year. So if we take the value, would be this value, 7,768.75. Okay, you see part a car has traveled 24 kilometers. Say this as kilometers in 3 hours and 15 minutes. Find the average speed of the car in km kilometers per hour. Let's take it as that. So the speed should be distance divided by time. So distance is 240. Time should be told in hours. Okay. So 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour. So 3.25. 0.25 means 1/4. So this should be the answer. Let's take the answer. 240 divided by 3.25. That's 73.8 or 6.1. We can take this as 73.85 kmph. Okay. The seventh question, they are telling us to simplify these two. The first thing I do is turn this into an mixed fraction. So 5/4 times 3/7. Multiply these two and add to here. And now I get 2/5. Now if I multiply these two and these two, I get 28 in the bottom, 15 in the top. 2/5. So I have to get the LCM of these two. Now LCM is 4 times 5 times 7. So that's 1/4. So to get 140, I have to multiply this by 28, also this by 28 and this by 5. So I will get in the top 56 over 140 plus 75 over 140. So the answer is 131 over 140. And in the B part I get this one. So in BODMAS I have to do the brackets first. So H2 first. We know the LCM of these two is 12. This one 3 times 3 minus 4 times 1. Then I get 9 times 9 minus 4, it's 5 over 12. This one. Now I have to turn the second fraction upside down and make this multiplication. 3 and 4. This becomes 16 over 15. In C part, in class of 36 students, 2/9 of them failed the mathematics. Find the number of students who passed the test. So let's take who failed. 36 times 2/9. This is 8. 8 of them is failed. Then remaining is 28 passed. Cost of a pair of shoes is 120. Shop owner marked the price of the shoes pair to get 15% profit. When selling the pair of shoes, he gave discount of 8% of the market. calculate the percentage profit that the shop owner gets by selling the pair of shoes. So first we have to find the market price. So it should be 150 over 100. So it should be 138. So shop is giving a 8% discount. Then the price should be, we only need to find the profit. So yeah, it's better if we make it to over 100 because this I got 100 minus 8. And it will give me the answer. Hundred 26. Okay, then I can find the profit. And 6.96. Then percentage profit over the cost. B part, Chanaka deposits 500 into his account, which pays 8.5 annual compound interest. Annual compound interest. After 3 years of depositing, he expects to buy a mobile phone which cost 620. Can he fulfill his expectation? Let's see. So first year he get 500 and 108.5 or 100. This is for 1 year. Next year also he get 108.5 or 100. This is for the all the second year. Next year also he get 108.5 or 100. This is for all the 3 years. That gives me 138.64456 around it. So then this is lesser than, this is greater than 120, 620, so he can buy the four. Okay, And the ninth question. This one is not visible. I think let's think of this as 0.2 meter squared into cm squared. So 1 meter into centimeters we have to multiply by 100. And meter squared we have to multiply by 100 two times to get cm squared. So this is this should be the answer. Then 2 times 2000 is the answer. And this one I assume as kilometers. Ride speed 120 kilometers per hour in meters per second. So 120 kilometers per hour. So I convert this by multiplying the top part by 1000 and the bottom part by 3600. So this is cancelling out, divided 1200 by 36. That gives me 33.33 meters per second. The 10th question. The length of one edge of a solid iron cube is 8. If the mass of the solid is 1.6, find the density of 10 grams per cubic centimeter. I think of this as centimeter and this as kilograms. This is a cube, so all the sides are equal. One side is 8 centimeters. Let's think of this as grams, and I have to find the density. Density is mass divided by volume. Mass is 1.6 grams and volume is 8 times 8 times 8 cubic centimeters. With the answer, let's think of this as kilograms. Then to get the grams, I have to get 1600. And it's 3.125 grams per cubic centimeter. In the B part, in a class of 35 students, 3 out of 7 of them are being completed and 20% of them are being single. Rest of them are doing global perspective. How many students are doing global perspective? So let's find computing students. 35 times 3 over 7. So 15 of them. Sinhala doing 20 or 100 of them. So only 7. So rest of them, global perspective is 35 minus 15 minus 7. So that's 13. And the last one, prime factorization of, I don't know the value of this is this, right? Prime factorization of this as a power of prime factors. I don't get I don't know this number, so I'll assume it as 142. So this becomes 71. I'll assume this as 140. We get 70, 35, 7. So I only assume this as 140. Similar to that, we can do the question.